Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we discuss Tezos and its ticker XTZ. None of the content is financial advice. Right now, price of XTZ is above 50 cents. It comes off somewhat if you look at the website and currently performing, highly performing uh, cryptos over the last 24 hours of the top 50 cryptos by market cap. XTZ is the most trailing crypto, up by about 5% over the last 7 days as well, rallied the most about 8% over the last 30 days. Again, with the rest of the asset class, XTZ was also down, but still in the top quartile, negative 11% over the last 90 days. Most of the cryptos apart from XMR and Maker have been down. XTZ not an exception to this downtrend, but still, again, you could argue that compared to some of the other cryptos, it's still in the top quartile, again closer to Bitcoin and ETH in terms of their own drawdown over the last 90 days. If you go back to the technicals, one sad reality with XTZ is that from cycle to cycle, this teal line over here is marking somewhat of a diminished peak from 2017-2018 launch, then 2021 peak, which was lower than the 0.786. This time around, even 0.786 is all the way at around $7. This time around, the highest the price action has went was closer to that December rally in the asset class, where the price action did not even touch the 0.236 fib level. Now the price action has, again, you can see from the 2022 bear market, the series of lower highs and lower lows. Again, with this December as an exception, you can see the lows are still going on. The downtrend is still going on. The new lows are being formed every couple of months or so. You can see that trend has lasted. Even the 2023 downturn was the low in 2023 was challenged in 2024. Price did go lower than that at one point, and again in 2025 much lower than that point. So in the last week, that is in week of December 1st 2025, that was the latest new low. If there is a price action, this growth spurt in the next 15 to 20 days, the first key level to watch for Tezos per this technical analysis is the 61 cents level. That's the 21-week exponential moving average. The 20-week simple moving average is at around 66 cents, and the 50-week simple moving average at 71 cents. So between 60 cents and 70 cents, again, all of these averages have a downward slope. So if you were to extrapolate them towards the end of December, you could say that the 50-week would be closer to 70 cents, the 21-week would be closer to 59 cents, and the 20-week 20-week simple moving average would be somewhere close to 60 to 62 cents. So that's where the price action could meet these moving average if the uptrend continues. If we go back to our homepage of the website, this is all content over here is available to all. No signups or anything required. This is my own website, has all of the charts pertaining to XTZ on this one row on its USD. Starting with the machine learning based price analysis, the forecast graph as it relates to the weekly average price since 2017, the non-euphoria bull run peak forecasted by our model, if the bull run were to last, let's say in mid-January 2026, the non-euphoria bull run peak for XTZ is that 66 cents level, close to that 20-week simple moving average. So this is the machine learning based model trained on the weekly price action, on weekly average price action since last 8 years for XTZ, and uses machine learning models and time series analysis techniques such as Seasonal ARMA, XGBoost, and LSTM based models. These are all in-house trained machine learning models. So standardized using confidence levels. The non-euphoria peak at 68 percentile confidence level for XTZ was at around 66 cents mid-Jan. The euphoria peak is all the way at around 92 cents. So that's the 2 standard deviation peak. If let's say there is somewhat of a decent rally towards the end of the year. Let's say if we check this level from peak to peak, uh, slightly optimistic than that, like this yellow descending line, this could meet the price action closer to that 80 to 90 cents. That's the euphoria scenario for XTZ. If there is a slight breakout or fake out of that level, then the price could get close to that 90 cents. 3 standard deviation and ultra bullish ceiling for the max permissible or 99.7 percentile confidence bull case within the next month for XTZ is all the way to $1.31. That would be somewhere close to the December 2024 peak that XTZ enjoyed for a couple of weeks. So that's the max permissible bullish ceiling per the machine learning model. The DCA or the polynomial regression based non-linear model says that right now XTZ is in an accumulation phase. You can see whenever this model, historically speaking, this is a live model, this is not retroactively fitted. Whenever this model said that, again, there were some false positives whenever the risk level was less than 0 and 0.1, between that range. Again, no model can perfectly state what could happen in the future, but back in June 2022, accumulating at $1.29 with that historical evidence that the price was once at around $8 was not the worst idea. Although the range lows, one could argue that there were after this drop there was at least one counter trend rally, and then following this accumulation phase before this drop there was one major rally in February 2023. Similarly, again between between this accumulation phase there were at least two distinct rallies, and now after October 2023, this is the first major scenario for XTZ when it has been in an accumulation phase per this regression based estimation of what the fair value of XTZ is. The fair value is at around $1.2022. So that means about $1.25. That's where the fair value of XTZ is per this interpretation of the model. Again, the price does not have to go to the fair value to justify an end of the bull run. But let's say if the regression based risk level were somewhere close to in this between 0.2 and 0.3 level, that's where the price could top. The lower end is at around 91 cents. The higher end is at around $1.15. So that's the euphoria case or the max permissible bullish ceiling for between the euphoria case and the max permissible ceiling. That's the scenario that we discussed earlier per the machine learning model. Again, these are all different models, but the area of confluence is again the max permissible ceiling between 90 cents and about $1.20. The non-euphoria target for XTZ is somewhere close to that 0.1 risk, is at around 78 cents. Again, if you want to be slightly more conservative than the 66 cents, that's the 20-week simple moving average. 20 and 78 cents is closer to the 50-week simple moving average. Again, not exact match, but let's see how the price action kind of matures in the next couple of weeks. The time weighted average price scenario for XTZ, since about May 2022, the price has not touched the time weighted average price. Whenever the blue line over here is the time weighted average price, whenever the price historically was close to the time weighted average price in the bull run of 2020-2021, and also before that in the drop of 2018 to 2019, that was a great accumulation phase when the price was lower than the time weighted average price. But since 2022, the price has gone down so much that it is dragging the time weighted average price down with it. The blue line has a downward slope since the last 2 to 3 years, and with no major lows in sight. Again, there were instances from October 2023, one could argue till November 2024, that was the process of setting the low at around 60 cents roughly speaking. But now the price has gone sub 50 cents at one point. So if let's say in coming weeks to months, if the price gets very close to the time weighted average price like it did back in first in March 2022 and then again in December 2022, March 2024 and December 2024, if something similar were to happen in late December 2025 or early January 2026, that could be a signal of end of the Tezos bull run. The 20-week simple moving average price based risk. This is price color coded with respect to the 20-week simple moving average price risk. Right now, this risk is at around 0.23. If it were to go to some heightened levels such as between 0.4 and 0.6, the price forecasted is per the SMA model is all the way to about $2.50 and about $3.50. That's again a glass half full approach where the price could peak. Let's say everything lines up perfectly, the price could go to the 0.23 fib level, which is at around $2.50, as mentioned by the lower end of the 20-week simple moving average price based risk. So if let's say the bull run has some legs, that is, and runs with massive euphoria, then the max ceiling per the 20-week simple moving average price risk is between $2.50 and $3.50, between the 0.236 and 0.382 fib level. That would be the price that XTZ was at in the mid of the April 2022 bear market. So that's how far Tezos has fallen in the last 2 to 3 years. All in all, if we were to try to tune out the individual model noise and come up with one aggregated scenario of what the price could do across these individual models, again excluding the technical analysis and the machine learning based forecast, the base peak forecasted per the risk reward models is at around $20. That's the base case. Bull case $40, and the stretch moon case, if everything were to line up perfectly, is $2. With that, I would like to conclude. In the short term, what we need to see is if the price could come close to the 20-week simple moving average. If it were to have a breakout, can it contend with this resistance at around between 80 to 90 cents? Those scenarios are the non-euphoria case for XTZ. The euphoria is anything between 90 and $30. That's where even you could see even the culmination of all the or aggregation of all the individual risk-based model is between $20, $40. Anything above $40 is very, very unlikely to be on the cards. With that, I'd like to conclude. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give a like and subscribe and check out all of these charts. Not financial advice, but they are a great tool to identify what's happening at a macro level in the market, the crypto TLDR, such as what's the overall sentiment right now. It's currently very bullish. The heat map that we just started the video with of the individual risk meter of all these major cryptos which are active since 2017, the estimated bull run target that we just discussed, and then again SMA risk for Bitcoin and ETH to look for any major reversal in the top two assets of this asset class. And also the ROI for year-to-date analysis performance between the last bull run and this bull run, how different this bull run has been from the last bull run. These kind of analytics are available on the website. Hope you leverage them. If you do, I wish you all the best and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.